Welcome back to the Vicari Classic Car Auction. Ted, I have the vehicle for you. You can rent these here at Dezerland. The kids are going to love it too, by the way. And with all the cars lined up, hundreds of them here at the Vicari auction, you're going to need one of these to get from one end to the other, believe me. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Well, there's a ton of fun for everyone here at Dezerland. And if the games and go-karts aren't enough, how about a $200 million car collection?
This is a 1935 Cadillac that belonged to FDR as one of his presidential cars that we have in our collection here in the Great Gatsby Room. This is only a small part of what we have here at Dezerland Park, Orlando. On top of just our auto museum, which is 250,000 square feet, $200 million worth of automobiles, we've actually 850,000 square feet of fun. We have the longest indoor go-kart track in Florida, one of the largest pinball arcade, 30,000 trampoline park, and as anything else, we have axe throwing. It's the ultimate man cave for everyone possible. As you come down for the Vicari auction, there's so many things here to do for all the family members that everybody will have fun on their own or as a family together. With everything that we do at Dezerland, we have buyers across the world. This is part of a collection that we bought. This is the Mad Max Ford Falcon XP-GT, the V8 Interceptor that was in the actual movie for Mad Max that Mel Gibson actually drove. So everything as you see is original. One, it's Australian's #1 car, the most famous car for Australian, obviously. But you got a supercharger built in, flip the switch just like you saw it in the movie, takes off, but you have 600 horse hitting those wheels.
Well, we're going to see more of the Mad Max car coming up as it hits the auction block. And that's just one of a bunch of cars being put up for sale this weekend. Dave Dobson has a beauty.
This is a fantastic looking first generation Chevelle from 1967. It's got the 396 under the hood. It's the base model, makes 325 horsepower. Under the hood also a quadrajet single 4-barrel carburetor. And of course it's got the red line tires, which are all the rage for the day. The things that are going to really make this thing go. Big block engine under the hood and the convertible top. This thing's going to fetch a pretty penny.
You're right about that, Dave. Remember, when the top goes down, the price goes up on all of these classic cars, including this beautiful Chevelle that's in resale red.
Sharp car. There's my man. How much? My young friend on the front row wants to give $30,000. Now $30,000.
The 396 engine that's in this car was 325 horse. They made three versions, a 325, a 350, and a 375 horsepower. It had the solid lifters with the big Holly 4-barrel carburetor.
I gotta say that the 1967s were overshadowed by the Camaro. That was the new introduction from Chevrolet. But this is a forgotten classic by a lot of folks here.
Look at everything he's got there on the dashboard. He's got the original owner's manual, the original window sticker. All of these things make that car more valuable because it's very authentic.
It's money all the way. Yep.
Now 58. Now 59. I ain't never 58, 59, 58, 59,
you sure? You need some water?
What do you say?
You need a drink?
By the way, the SS on this series of cars, both the Chevelles and the Camaros, stood for Super Sport.
59, 58,000, 59,000, now 60, new player, now 60, now 2.5, 62.5.
The tires you see were called redline tires or sometimes tiger paws. This car is very authentic. Notice the hose clamps, those are called tower clamps. Beautiful original interior with the bucket seats and the console.
Where'd my owner go?
Can we take the reserve off? I've got 60,000.
My owner ran from me.
62.5. 62.5.
Need the owner's permission to lift the reserve off here. Trying to locate him.
62.5. 62.5. 64. I heard him.
Well, if they brought 70.
Gonna be one.
I would get
now 2.
I got 8%.
Oh, okay.
Now you gotta be 2. 62. Now 63. Now 63.
got 63.
63,000. 63,000. 62,000, 63,000, 63,000, 3, even 63,000, and 3, Kim Liquor Reserve. I got 62, I'm asking 63,000, 63,000. We're talking to the owner, 62 million. How much was that? 62.5? Now 63. We have a new player. Now 63. Now 64.
I'm only at 63 right now.
Now 64.
Now we got
64.
The ringmen kind of serve a twofold purpose. They're advocates for the buyers. They want to make sure that they're heard. They want to make sure their bids get in. But of course, they want to try to get those bids higher as well. So they encourage them to spend a little more money and make these bids go up.
Well, they also want them to understand where the bid's at and what the next bid will be.
Hey,
now 66.
reserves off!
Reserves off. We're going to sell this car. 65.5, 66, 66.5, 66.5. Reserves off. 66.5.
You have to watch very carefully. Some of these bidders use very slight gestures. You see that gentleman telling the ringman, no, I'm done. I don't want to go any higher.
And sometimes the ringman told me these folks will communicate with them ahead of time to let them know what their signal's going to be to say yes to the bidder, to say no.
Buyer number 6 for 66,000. Thank you. Congratulations.
It's a happy young guy there.
The Vicari Collector Car Auction is an amazing organization. They're truly a full-service operation.
This is the engine room that runs the Vicari auctions, the office section. Over here you can get your car titled. You of course have to register as a bidder. And if you're not a dealer, you're gonna need a letter of credit. Don't worry, if you didn't bring one, they can take care of you here. We got Jill and Chad who take care of that business. They can get your credit set up. You'll be able to grab one of these cars and take it out the door.